Hey everyone, on this week's video, I want to share with you a story of something that happened to me when I was a young person. You know, when I was a young kid, I was a very small, skinny kid that I didn't have a lot of self-confidence in myself. In fact, you know, the bullies in our schools that I would go to, they noticed that right away. You know, they find the smallest kid, they want to pick on them to take out their frustrations and so on. So I was always like on the receiving end of being bullied through name calling, through fights and so on. And I was always, you know, the one that couldn't defend myself. So growing up through that, I built a lot of not only resilience, but also I had a lot of anger I had to kind of channel into more positive ways of living. And my mom would always tell me not to react to people as much as I can, especially if you're getting bullied, if you're in an argument and so on. So when I became a young man and I launched my first company called Nietzsche Gear. And when I took it from the apartment that we had in Saskatoon to a little office, to a little kiosk cart in the mall, to a store and so on. And when I started to realize that I was in the mainstream and I was selling to people, real people that would come off the street and buy our hoodies, our t-shirts and so on, something happened that I realized it all made sense of why my mom would tell me this thing. And the people who in the past that used to call me names as a kid, that used to physically hurt me, those people would come into my stores and buy stuff from me. And when I was standing behind the till and I was taking payments and I was watching these people, I was like, wow. I used to remember these kids that would just give me a hard time, and I'd watch them in my stores coming in, buying stuff. And I'd be thinking in that moment, oh my goodness. And after they spent some money and they left, I remember sitting there and I was thinking, would that person have walked in my store, bought all this amount of hoodies and t-shirts from me if I had reacted the way that they wanted me to react when we were kids? If I had gotten into fights, fist fights and so on, would this have happened today? And I came to this conclusion of it probably wouldn't have happened. They probably would have had all this anger towards me. You see, there's going to come a time in your life when you're faced with conflicts, when you're faced with negative people, when you're faced with bullies. One of the most powerful things you can do for yourself is to own your own power. Do not give your energy to those people that don't want the best for you. Because the more clear that you are on your journey, the more clear of where you want to go, nothing should be able to interfere with that path. And if something does interfere with that path, you do not give them energy, you don't give them attention, because you're so focused on where you want to go. That is the key to goal setting, to becoming the leader that you were born to be, and be focused on the path that you were born to live, that Creator has given you to be able to do on this earth while we're here for our lifetime. So focus on where you want to be. Those people that are coming in your life to cause pain, to cause trouble, don't give them attention. Because maybe one day those people might come buy stuff from you in the future, support you in ways that you never thought were possible.